Counselor, are you surprised that the owner of the Los Angeles Clippers, Donald Sterling, once again is in the news for alleged racial remarks?
You know, Mike, I had the opportunity to take his deposition under oath over the course of 5 different days. And I'm not surprised that he has now again said things that really show an insight into his deep and dark history of racial insensitivity. This is just the latest occasion for him to show where his heart really is.
So you sat across the table from him in deposition. What was his attitude like being deposed by you?
The attitude that you heard on that audio tape is the attitude that he always has: arrogance, a sort of carelessness for anyone else. I was particularly struck by the comments that he displayed about Magic Johnson, a hero, an icon in our community. And for him to suggest that Magic Johnson should not be appearing in his arena to watch a game is offensive. I'm a former Clipper ticket holder for 10 years. I, too, am not going to attend another Clipper game while Donald Sterling remains the owner there.
What does this say? Statements like Mr. Sterling's alleged statements, what does this say about America's forward motion in terms of civil rights? Are we moving forward, or are we taking giant steps backwards from a civil rights lawyer's perspective?
Well, what it really says is, even though we are blessed to have an African-American president serving his 2nd term in office, there are still deep seeds of racism that permeate every aspect of our society. Donald Sterling was accused years and years ago of owning apartment buildings that refused to rent to blacks or Hispanics. He talked about the way Hispanics supposedly smelled. He talked about the penchant of black folks to be lazy. These allegations were settled by his corporation in lawsuits over 10 years ago. So I am not at all surprised that he has reared his racist head once again. It's so important in this age of internet that we have it from his own lips himself, which really show the deep, sordid background and where his heart actually is.
What should the NBA do in terms of addressing these alleged statements? I know they came out with a statement. What legal action should they take, or what social activity should they take?
I'm not sure that the NBA can legislate against stupidity. I'm not sure, even in this great nation of ours, that there's anything that the NBA could do concerning a private conversation with an owner and his mistress that happens to be recorded and come out on the air. What we people who are consumers should do, what all people of color should do, is voice our outrage by our pocketbooks. I love Blake Griffin. I love me some Chris Paul, but I'm not going to give their boss another dollar of my hard-earned money so long as he continues in the ownership position of the Los Angeles Clippers.
Sterling put Doc Rivers, the coach, who's African-American, in a tough spot.
He is. Ultimately, he's a businessman, and he wants to make money. And he will make money on the backs of black labor if that can make him money. The Clippers are worth hundreds of millions of dollars. He's like the landowner, and he will exploit the black help so long as it benefits him. But in moments of quiet candor, you see and you hear where his heart actually is. It's an outrage, and every fair-minded consumer should speak with their pocketbooks And that's how real change is ever going to happen.
Thank you.
Pleasure.